Welcome, everyone, to the MMOs.com podcast. This is episode 45, and it's Altai here, joined by...
Omer?
Matt?
Chicken? I'm just looking at it like left to right on the
Chicken, I told you were the bottom bitch at the beginning of the podcast. All right?
Right.
Accept your fate.
All right, anyway, so we got Matt here. Shu is missing in action. Sean's on
You
vacation.
mean we got chicken here? I'm always here. Come on, man.
Matt is always here.
Well, Matt's always here. I'm saying, okay, so our new guest today is Chicken. Give us
Our
a
new
little-
guest? I feel like he's just our guest because we haven't had a guest before, so he's not a new guest. He's just
Oh,
the guest.
our first star guest. All right, so Chicken, take a moment to introduce yourself.
Asian esports correspondent, Chicken Takanawa.
He's our resident esports expert. He's I think we talked about him on our podcast before. He's the washed-up esports player that we know. I think
Yeah, that's not accurate.
it describes his career, the two career pretty well.
Yeah. At a minute of fame.
All right.
Yep. So there it is. He'll be filling in for Shu.
It's actually Shu. It's the full reveal. Shu is actually Chicken MC this entire time. Dun dun dun.
Anyway, so I'll take Sean's spot here. Last week's we did a weekly raid for what? What was it for, more?
I'll take Sean's spot here. We did our weekly raid last week for which MMO was the biggest letdown. We discussed our MMOs that we thought were the biggest letdowns. We mainly centered guns and Ragnarok Online 2. Some of those have been mentioned as other people's biggest letdowns, but we saw a pretty wide array of letdowns. I think one letdown here, which some of us might agree with, one of our regular commentators on MMOs.com, Lambda, he said World of Warcraft after the casual direction it took. How do you guys feel about that? I mean, we've kind of all bitched about World of Warcraft going super easy mode, but we haven't heard Chicken's opinion on that, so...
I don't know. I was never really hardcore into MMOs, so I kind of like the casual direction they took with that.
You were probably the most hardcore WoW player here. You were botting with like 20 accounts. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. But that's casual, right? Like I didn't raid with those bots.
That's true, but
just,
if you run 20 instances
just
of
made
WoW at
money.
once, that's hardcore.
Yeah. So the more casual they make it, the easier it is for my boss to run stuff.
So we saw, Reactor Online 2 was mentioned several times. It was actually a surprisingly wide array of games. Cabal 2 was mentioned twice. So, everyone has their own letdowns, but I think Reactor Online 2 seems to be the biggest letdown out of everybody we've asked. We've polled on MMOs.com. And this week, we'll be asking a different question, a bit of a two-part question this time. And that's, what is your most and least favorite MMO expansion? So that's this week's weekly raid. So we'll start with us. Anyone want to take a shot at it?
All right. So least favorite expansion for me is the Star Wars new game update. It basically threw away the custom skill-based system they had and put in a class and level system from WoW, and it sucked and kind of ruined the game and shut down soon after.
You're talking about Star Wars Galaxies, right?
Star Wars Galaxies, yes.
So I'm gonna pull up an ancient example as well because it's still the game I hold dearest in my heart, Ultima Online. They launched an update called what was it the 3D update? What was it called? Not Kingdom. The Kingdom Reborn was the newest one, but
You're talking about wasn't that with the samurai one?
No, Third Dawn. He's talking about
Third Dawn. So
That's it. Okay.
I'm gonna link you guys a picture of Third Dawn Ultima Online. All right, I'm curious to see what everybody thinks about this because I think when old games try going 3D, it ends up looking pretty terrible. And I'm gonna link on the Skype right now. Take a look at this. And this was the jump from 2D to this 2.5D, 3D-ish look in Ultima Online. And I guess they wanted to be more relevant because games like EverQuest were already out and WoW was out and stuff. And they wanted to look better. And I think it looks garbage. If you look at it, it literally hurts my eyes to see those graphics. How cancerous does this look if you skim around? This is garbage.
But to be fair, to people who didn't play Ultima Online, the original 2D version looks like garbage too.
I will argue today, no sane person will say that original Ultima Online looks worse than this. Original Ultima Online looks so much better.
I still like the Kingdom Reborn client. I thought it had a nice look to it.
Kingdom Reborn is a vast improvement over the current, look of Ultima Online. Over that 3D look. It was a better attempt at 3D. But the old one is cringeworthy. It just bothered me a lot.
All right, here's a harder part then. Give me a good expansion.
Matt, do you have any disappointing expansions yourself to throw in there?
You know, thinking about it, even when I play MMOs pretty hardcore, I'm usually not around for any of the expansions.
we have,
That's a good point.
I mean,
You should quit before expansions too.
I mean, everyone is an MMO hopper to a degree. We wrote about this in the past. People switch between games often. As new games come out, you try new stuff pretty often. So it can be pretty hard to stick around sometimes.
Like, I've been with some games for a year, and it just happens to be that those games, a year or more, you know what I mean? But, like, in that year or more, they didn't have expansions. Like, none of the games that I stuck with had major expansions of any kind.
Well,
All right, well, I'll throw one out there for most useful expansion. The Big Bang expansion from MapleStory. Basically, before Big Bang, the max level I got to was like 30. After Big Bang, I got to like 120.
I got to like 200 after Big Bang.
Yeah, so there you go.
But I kind of want to disagree with you that because I think Big Bang ruined MapleStory. I had more fun playing MapleStory when I was like level 30 on every character class because once Big Bang came out, I got to max level so quickly. Like every time I played MapleStory, I'd see like a level 100 guy, right? Like he was a big dick player. Like I want to have a big dick like that guy, all right? He's walking around killing those cute ass mushrooms, right? And I'm like, gee, maybe I can do that one day, you know? Maybe I could be that cool. I was never that cool, obviously. I only got to level 40 at max. I played like 10 hours a day, right? I sucked. But once Big Bang came out, everybody got max level. It's not cool anymore when everyone's max level. Like there's nothing special about being strong in MapleStory when everybody else is max level too. So
You're
I feel
right,
like,
but at least I got to experience the end game. Thanks
but that's
to Big Bang.
that's the argument that WoW made for making going casual. They said like so few players got to Naxxramas when that launched, and that's the reason they went the more casual route. They want everybody to experience the content, but that takes away some of the magic and the love.
The magic in MapleStory, left clicking the control button for 12 hours.
There was a lot of magic in MapleStory, whether you like it or not. All right.
I'm not buying it.
Again, once everyone's a big dick player, honestly, you're not a big dick player if everybody else is a big dick player. So that's the way I see it.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I always hated that control scheme, like the control all space thing that some
Yeah, me
games
too.
had.
Yeah.
It's so awful. It's awful.
I enjoy some of the other expansions in MapleStory myself. Anytime they add a new class, it gave you more reasons to come back and play it. So the other updates in MapleStory besides Big Bang, I enjoyed. Plus, MapleStory didn't have quests for such a long time. It was like it was one of those classical Korean grinders, like ready, set, grind. That's the game. You just do that. You just grind mindlessly and that game really defined mindless grinding. If you play MapleStory pre Big Bang, you literally sit in one room just killing mushrooms for hours. The same mushrooms for hours. And there was no quest, nothing. The same nonsense. And I kind of like that to a degree, but...
All right, so here's another offshoot from that concept. I think most people just hate expansions because when they start playing a game, they kind of get wedded to the way the game works when they started.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want it to change from there on. And like we said, almost all of us quit before the expansions come out anyway. So
I think every MMO has not just MMO. I feel like every game has a trend to go in more and more casual as it ages. Because even if you look at a game like Dota 2, which I think most of us have played, Aaron was explaining to me earlier today that even Dota 2 has gotten a little bit easier because now we can see where towers' ranges are, where you put a ward, like what camps it'll block, how much range that ward has. So whether it's a MOBA or MMORPG, it's getting more and more casual.
yeah, I was playing with Chicken. This is the first time I knew what the tower range actually was in Dota.
Yeah, I don't buy wards or place them very often. So
I don't buy wards. From a pro Dota 2 player, I don't buy wards. You heard it here first, boys, alright? If you're buying wards, you're doing it wrong, alright? Wards don't give stats. Fuck those items. I want stats.
wards are a female item, alright? Real men don't buy wards. That's my new hashtag.
I can agree with that.
Hashtag gender roles.
Actually,
Yeah, exactly.
we played League with Shu last night, actually, and she played support, so if she fit right into her gender role, and that was okay.
Yeah, so this is actually a great transition because Black Desert's media update is coming out tomorrow.
And it's
Man.
Medaya, not media. Come on.
Everyone says
I don't-
media. Yes.
It's Medaya.
No,
Yes,
I said
dude. How does everyone get this wrong?
There's an H at
I
the
thought
end.
it was Medea. It's
so-
Medea, not media.
Yeah.
I said media because one of the NPCs did. That's why. So, anyways,
One NPC said it wrong, obviously. Come on.
this is gonna be like 30% increase in size, over 1,000 new quests, and The most divisive thing for me is they're going to have a new armor set that basically every class should wear instead of the ones they're already wearing. And I just got all my armor above plus 10, basically, and I got my weapon to plus 15, and I'm going to have to replace all that soon.
At least it's pretty quick. It usually takes years for like the Western version to catch up with the Asian versions.
I think
Yeah,
that trend is getting smaller and smaller, though. I feel like the separation between Western and Eastern updates and releases has been getting narrower, for sure.
Well, when you have as crappy of voice acting as Black Desert and Blade and Soul do, it doesn't take that long to localize.
I don't get why they bother, to be honest.
No, I've seen way worse voice acting than Blade and Soul, and Black Desert. I mean, they're nothing to write home about, but I feel like people are being overly harsh. They're not great, all right? I'll give it that. But at least they have it, all right?
I got the big question
I
here.
agree.
I got the big question. Ready, Matt?
Yeah,
Is the desert in Black Desert actually open after this patch?
I think Media has some of the desert. I'm not sure, though. I don't know what's in Media.
It's not the full-on like desert like experience.
So we're never going to get to see
pretty
the
sure-
desert.
I'm pretty sure.
No, we will. Just
I feel
not
like
yet.
I feel like you should start in the desert, in
There's-
Black Desert.
There's
That's a good
supposed-
starting point.
There's supposedly a desert that has like mechanics where you have to buy a certain item or something to survive out there.
Yeah, so
Supposedly.
somebody was explaining this to me. Apparently, in the real desert, you have to go there with like water, or you just like die. And
Whoa.
there are sandstorms where if you don't have like a tent to go in, you die. There's something else that if you don't do, you just die. You can't bring up your map in the desert. So if you get lost and like you can't find your way to a town or something, you just die.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the mechanics seem like really, really fun.
And these are mechanics we don't see in other MMORPGs. Like even the sense of survival in an MMORPG is like almost like non-existent today. You know, like
Yeah.
you'll see like a game like Rust maybe, but you don't even think about that in an MMORPG. So that's interesting.
Yeah, and you
Oh.
really get punished for dying in this game too, especially if you're going to PvP and you're losing karma. Because if you go negative in karma, you actually have a chance to drop your gear. So
Yeah,
if you're, like,
we were
heavy
testing that.
PvP Yeah.
We found a guy that was AFK that was red, so we were testing that by rezzing him and killing him over and over again. We
Matt.
never got any drops.
So the desert also has open PvP, right? I heard that too somewhere.
Yeah, everywhere has open PvP unless it's a safe zone, which is towns.
Really? So someone can PK me like outside Heidel?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone tried to PK me literally right outside the border of Calpheon just the other day.
Well, that's pretty
Well,
cool.
I turned around and killed him, and the asshole's just like, "Why'd you do that? I only hit you once." I'm like, "What?"
That works in real life, dude. You can just whack someone over the head.
was he like, bro? It was just a prank.
It was just a prank.
It was a
guys.
prank, bro.
Basically.
you turned around and killed him, Matt. How could you? Just a prank, a love tap, all right, of sorts.
And then the one other feature I wanted to mention, you're going to be able to enchant beyond plus 15 with this one, which I hear in Korea means that you can actually get downgrades instead of upgrades when you're enchanting.
Wow.
Yeah, that I am scared of. Very scared of.
But do you think they're going to add a feature where if you hit the cash shop, you can guarantee an upgrade?
No.
If they don't do that, that's good.
I think they have safe enchants in Korea, but like I don't think that's going to be a thing here because they've been serious about the whole no pay to win crap.
And we'll see. We'll see how serious they are.
Reddit is,
Give it some time. Give it
up
some
in
time.
arms about this pay to win shop. Everyone's like, "Oh, ghillie suit! I can't see someone who's like attacking me."
No, anyone who can't see them has not learned how to play. Seriously, I can track Gilly users just as easily as I can track everyone else.
But if it's that easy, why even give that benefit?
Well, didn't Matt write a whole article about the ghillie suit?
Yeah.
What's that? Give me the highlights.
So basically, when you're fighting someone and they go red for you because they like attacked you or something, they will glow red. They will have like red glow on their ghillie suit. Their health bar will be visible when you're attacking them because it comes up and it shows a little red bar that slowly goes down. The flag, the PvP flag, the little shield and sword, that'll show up right next to their health bar. They're easy to track because if they're not crawling, they're not invisible, and you can't attack while you're crawling. And basically, the first hit is not as important as people think it is. Like, if you get CC'd on the first hit, yeah, but if you have the right resistances, or if you're just paying attention to your surroundings and aware that other people are here and could kill you at any minute, you can provide countermeasures on your own. You don't need to be able to see their tag.
Why even have that minimal feature then? Like,
I think it's pretty cool. It just adds a layer of depth.
It's for gatherers. It's so that they can, like, if they need to go hide in a bush and sit still, then they can do that. Like, if you sit still, crouched from a position where you cannot attack from, and you're sitting there, you can't see the ghillie suit. But they have to be in a position they can't attack from.
so the attacking you provides no benefit, is what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Well, no statistical benefit, but like a lot of people can't track. Like Matt said, they have a hard time tracking people with the ghillie suit, like going in and out of combat.
Oh, I
Like,
see. So there's still a bit of an advantage.
There's a bigger
Like,
problem
kind of.
than the ghillie suit. People can run up, they can attack you, do whatever the fuck they want, and then unflag, run away for 10 seconds, and then you can't attack them back without losing karma.
Why is the flag that short then? Like, shouldn't you be able to attack them? That seems
Yeah,
kind of
it
silly.
should. Everyone's
That's- yeah.
complaining a bit about it right now.
That's a bigger issue. And then there's also the issue that oh crap, I can't even remember now. I had a big issue with something the other day, and I cannot remember what it was. Well, gear gap is a huge issue right now. It's basically like if you level higher, or you have higher level gear, you're basically going to win. Like, the people that just hit 45 literally do 0 damage to me right now.
Wow.
I don't know. Do you
Like-
find that like an actual issue though? Like if you're
Because-
if you're investing more time in the game to get better gear, like I don't think
Well-
someone that like
well,
a
the
fresh
thing is-
50 should have a chance against you if you're investing.
But there's
like, tons
but
of
there's
time.
no limit. That's the problem. There's no limit. You can just keep going up, 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 up. And as the more expansions come out, the gear is just going to keep going up, 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 up.
But if there's
I
no room
mean-
to outplay somebody too, that can be kind of bad. Like, I mean,
Yeah, there isn't, because after a certain point, like I said, you can't do damage. Like,
Wow.
there was even some guy that wasn't, like, fully geared totally. There was this berserker we fought that had a full DP build that I mentioned, full defense point build that I mentioned in the article, and there were 4 of us. We took down 1/10 of his health. 1/10.
holy
He
shit.
killed all of you?
No, he couldn't kill us
Oh.
because he was full defense point, so he barely did any damage to us. So it would have been a stalemate forever. But the
That's
point is that it's just you hit a point where you can do like no damage to these people, like nothing.
Seems kind of silly.
Even with 4 people, that's weird. 1-on-1, maybe. I can let that slide.
The good thing about Blade and Soul was that combat came down to skill, which is I feel like a lot of MMORPGs don't have. Very few MMORPGs nowadays it seems to be they're skill based, the actual PvP. I mean, having gear is obviously a key part of any game. That the gear progression is the reason you play. But there's still got to be room to outplay, I think.
And speaking of which, sorceresses are actually the worst because they have the highest mobility when like going around outside of combat. So what they can do is they have high burst damage when they attack people up close. So they can come in, beat the shit out of you, let the mobs finish you off so that they don't get as much karma, use their thing to run away. Yeah.
Nice.
It's really there are a lot of issues, and the ghillie suit is like the least of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's other things they can fix.
People are looking at it like, oh, it's pay to win, blah blah blah, but there are so many more issues than I can't see their guild tag. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if these issues are actually going to be issues when like the real Guild Wars come out, because right now you don't actually gain anything from killing anyone in PvP. Like, it's just for fun.
You gain satisfaction from ruining their day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
I
but you don't-
gain plenty when
you
we're
don't-
doing extra large guild missions, and those assholes are taking all of our mobs. Then I gain plenty from killing them.
Yeah, no, but that's not the point. Like, the point is going to be when like fortresses and taking over nodes comes out, right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to see how that plays out, and see if the issues are still there when you're attacking like guild forts and trying to attack or defend nodes. I feel
will
like a
be.
lot of these issues are just going to get sorted out when there's an actual objective. People can't just run around, unflagging, reflagging, or doing like half your health and like teleporting, like running away. I feel like playing around these objectives is going to fix a lot of these issues.
Fair enough. All right, so let's.
Oh, that's the issue. Right. Okay. So one last thing. Right now, they have the Easter event going on, right?
Okay.
So they have these life Easter eggs that drop, and they give you, I don't remember, it's either set amount or like 50% of your health back. Anyways, there's no cooldown. So right now, people can just heal endlessly because of those life eggs, as long as they farmed them. There are people saving up like 1,300 of these just because.
Like, they could hell OP later on, too.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so bad. And it's like, why would you do this for an event item? That's what everybody's asking right now.
They don't expire?
So, I don't know if they expire yet. We don't know. They didn't announce anything, and it doesn't say anything on the item.
By default, they probably won't expire, yeah.
And people are sitting there like, we had a 40-something ungeared ranger that we were fighting because they PK'd one of our guild members while they weren't paying attention. And there were 4 of us attacking him. And every time it'd get down to about 5% health and then just jump straight back up to full because of these new items. I'm like, oh my god, it took 15 minutes to kill them. 15 minutes.
Pretty terrible decision to do that, because we're going to save it for later on, too, when you can't get them anymore. So they could be so valuable later on, maybe.
All right, well,
Yeah,
that's Medea tomorrow, right? Coming out tomorrow?
tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, so another MMORPG came out today, and that is Tree of Savior. If you buy it for $10 on Steam, you get access today. If you want to play for free, you got to wait 1 month.
So again, I think a couple weeks ago they had a plan where they're going to do a tiered release of, if you pay, you can play 3 months early. Because of an outrage, they kind of reduced that down to 1 month now. So early access period is only 1 month, which is Aaron and I bought it. I know Shu bought it. I'm not sure if Matt bought it, but
Yeah, I bought it and I was up last night after guild missions. I sat there and I'm like, okay, let's try it out. And then I saw it was delayed until 5 a.m. my time, and I'm like, fuck that, I'm going to sleep.
yeah, I didn't play yet. I'm going to play
Classic
after this. Classic release. There you go.
That literally happens every day.
And best case scenario, the servers crashed at least a couple times. There's queue. It was like,
Or you can't log in.
yeah. Honestly, don't wait for release day to play like the release hour. Play like the next day, okay, for a much smoother experience. Nothing pleasant comes out of playing on release day.
I think every single MMO I've stayed up to play at midnight has never been released on. There's always issues every single time.
That's part of the charm. Just like Skype, we're having issues with Skype earlier, okay? It's a part of the charm to just struggle with it to make it work. So when you get it done, it just feels so much better. So
Yeah, but
is there
I didn't
private servers for
touch
True of
that.
Savior? I'm not sure.
Probably
No.
not.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
There probably will be eventually. So wait on that if you're that eager to play. But it'll be free to play anyway, so it's... I think one of the big reasons to play private servers in the past was because games cost money. Nowadays, a lot of these games are free, so it kind of reduces the need to play on a private server, unless, of course, they botch up the actual game, and then you want to play a different experience.
Nowadays, they do it to play the older version. It's not
Yeah.
even the pay-to-win ones. Like, people will still play the official servers if they're pay-to-win. Like ArcAge. Look at ArcAge.
Yeah.
And it's just that they want to play the older ones.
I.e.
older
Vanilla WoW, which is
expansions.
killing it.
All right, so here's a quick question. Actually, it's not really a question. What was
Here's a
I gonna
quickie.
say? It's okay. So apparently there are 3 tiers of early access for this game, from $10 to $50. Somebody on Twitter told me I bought the $50 version. Someone told me that if you wait like a week before release, you actually get a 30% discount. Does anyone know if that's true?
That's a rumor as far as
Okay.
now. Why would they announce that?
Yeah, if they announce that, literally no one will buy it. So
So,
nobody
if
can
so
confirm
optimal
that.
play is to buy the $10 one if you want to play right now, and then wait like a week before release, and then buy the $50 one.
If that's even a thing, which I don't think it's going to be.
I guess.
Now, I want to shift gears to something I'm pretty passionate about. I was talking about this with Matt and Sean earlier, but I want to bring it over here. It's about Kickstarter, and you guys know how much I love Kickstarter. All right, there's a game called Greedmonger this week, which shut down for good. Okay, and for you guys unfamiliar with Greedmonger, it's a game I was never really too familiar with. But if you look on Kickstarter, they raised $90,000, right, for a game that never came out, and there was obviously development issues, and all the videos about the game. Like, was this game ever playable, Matt? Do you know?
Not as far as I know. Basically, it went into development. There was a lot of fighting within the team. The programmer left. The programmer then had the rights to the game signed over to him. They ran out of money, They disappeared for a while. They came back after running out of money. They decided they were going to redevelop it, and now they are canceling it again. They came back to redevelop it, then they were going to make like basically the survival game-esque version that everybody else is doing these days first, and then doing the MMO, and then they shut it down permanently.
Okay, so it was never actually playable. And if you look at the gameplay video you guys should be seeing, looking at a game like this, it's like, this isn't like anything. This is like a walking simulator. Like, if you launch an engine, whether it's Unity, whether it's Unreal, you can like import basic environments like this already. So they clearly just took the $90,000 and it was squandered one way or another. And the discussion I had with my brother earlier and Matt, and I wanted to bring up into the podcast, was I personally think if you start a Kickstarter campaign and you can't deliver, right, you're an asshole. That's my firm belief, that if you launch a Kickstarter campaign and no matter what, you cannot deliver, even if you had good intentions, you're an asshole. How do you guys feel about that?
I think that's
disagree.
unfair because a lot of these games aren't going to exist unless they try to get money on Kickstarter because people aren't going to fund them. They're so unfeasible to do on their own in free time, it's not even funny. And some people are working like 12-hour days and you want them to come home and work on this just to make the game that they want to make. Like,
Don't promise a game if you can't do it. If you don't have the means to do it.
They're not...
Go.
But Kickstarter has all these risk things. I mean, anyone who's going to Kickstarter these days knows that there's a chance that it couldn't exist, and anyone that doesn't know that isn't paying attention. I mean,
yeah, it's very important. Kickstarter is not a pre-order site, right? It's basically a Hail Mary. If it, here you go, here's some money.
I don't think,
but they're not promised. But anyone who's doesn't know that after all of the stuff that's been on like major news sites, after all the stuff that's been
like
on not
MMOs.com.
major news sites.
Okay. Again, the point is not a legal issue. Okay, I said they're assholes. I'm not saying they should be enslaved to finish their product. No, I said,
but
if you go into this and you listen. Again, let me clarify my position a little bit further. If you want to deliver a game, you write down how much money you need to make this game a reality. So you put on Kickstarter, $90,000. I'm Greedmonger. Okay, if I was a developer of Greedmonger, I'd calculate how much money do I need to make this game a reality. I'm not going to undershoot it. In fact, I'll overshoot it, so I'm more conservative, right?
But that's a different problem altogether, because if they overshoot it and they get what they need to actually make the game, then they're not ever going to exist because nobody's going to fund it for that amount. You're looking at the realistic amounts almost never get funded. Like, Strafe was an indie game, an indie FPS that like had a realistic amount of 185,000 or something. It is one of the very small outliers of people that actually got funded for the realistic amount of 185,000.
At least they're being honest. If I put $40,000 for my game and I have no chance and I don't finish it, I'm an asshole. Simple as that. You're an asshole.
But put it this way. What if you've been working on your game for 5 years in the background, slowly putting it together, and you put it on early access, and you're like, I've been doing this for so long, it's totally gonna get done sometime, and then you end up not making a whole lot of money off of early access, but you still make sales. You maybe make like $2,000, and then you just cancel it.
What's wrong with that? At least you didn't rip anybody off.
I'm gonna flip the table here.
No, but you're saying that's fine, even though they never finished the game. They literally promised on a storefront. But it's not fine to do it on Kickstarter when it's still concept.
If it's early access and you're saying what they're buying is an unfinished product, you're fine.
But early access comes with the promise.
You're literally buying no product on Kickstarter.
But you're not buying a product on Kickstarter. That's the thing. You're donating money to someone to get their stuff done, which means
it's a donation, guys. Don't forget.
But it's a promise when it's on Steam, but it's not a promise when it's on Kickstarter.
Yes.
We are going to take the money and we're going to do our best to do this.
But the problem is when they're... the problem is a lot of assholes are creating Kickstarter campaigns who have no means of making a game.
Assholes may be creating Kickstarter campaigns, but that's a completely different issue from people that are not finishing it, that have good intentions and things go wrong.
Okay, here's a good example. Let's say me, okay? I open a Kickstarter campaign. You give me $50,000. I'm going to draw my earnest attempt to put a rocket to the moon for $50,000, okay? I have no experience with rocketeering or any engineering.
Rocketeering. I don't think that's a word.
Rocketeering. It might be a word. Not racketeering. Rocketeering. All right, listen.
Rocketeering.
Even if I try my earnest, guess what? I'm an asshole. You know why? I'm promising that I'm going to try doing something which I know I can't do.
Oh, I'm going to reverse it. If you give money on Kickstarter, you're the asshole.
Is this what you're referencing? Homer? I just linked it in the Steam chat.
My jetpack?
Yeah. this is like something it reminds me of.
What is this? You're nine people.
Is this guy an asshole?
Okay, no.
What's $100,000 for his jetpack?
I love the description.
The people.
Okay, but like it's okay, but see this comes.
Is
There's
this
a
you,
whole
Matt?
different.
Is this him? It is Matt. Look, it looks like him.
Not really.
Is your last name Myers?
Wait, this guy looks like me. What?
Really, come on, guys.
He has long hair. He's white.
On the. Oh God! Fuck off.
Okay, Matt, what were you saying?
Okay, but there's a completely different issue. Like, if you look at Double Fine, they have their adventure game that they kickstarted, which turned into Broken Age, and they said that they had their $400,000 goal, and they made their $400,000, and they turn around and they made something bigger than they promised, and it took longer than they promised, and it got delayed over and over and over again, and the end result was really mediocre.
At least
And a lot of people feel they didn't get what they were promised.
But see, what they were promised matters because you guys keep saying it's a donation, it's a donation. But here's
Yeah.
the issue: it's not. Look what they're being. Look, if you look at the Greenmonger Kickstarter campaign, right? You look at the pledge for $3,500 or more. 3 people, they sold out of the $3,500 pledge. They were
Okay.
promised the castle in a game.
Omer, if someone makes a $3,500 donation to charity, it is still a donation.
That's fine, but they're promised the castle. They're not. If they weren't promised the castle, they're not
Yes,
going to
and
do
these
it.
charities are promising to do this or that, and they may not do this or that.
If they weren't promised the castle in the game, they would not have donated $3,500.
Yes, they would have.
No. Then why do they have to have all these tiers?
Listen. If you give
Most of these
$3,000
people-
on Kickstarter for a castle to some bullshit developer, you're the asshole. Not
I
them.
agree. I have no.
Omer, no one cares. I've read from what people have said about these high-level rewards. Nobody cares about the reward. They just care that they get it at the end. They just are putting in that much money because they want to see it happen.
Wait, one last thing.
They really don't care about the reward.
Okay. Hypothetical scenario. You guys, I'm going to ask you guys, am I an asshole? Okay. I'm going to be a hypothetical Kickstarter creator. Okay.
But
This is going to probably be some extreme, though.
Of course, I have to prove my point
listen,
with these
you're going
excuses.
into it trying to rip people off.
Listen, no. Listen. Am I an asshole? First of all, my intentions are pure. I have no intention to defraud anybody, scam anybody. Here's how it works. I just graduated high school, all right, and I have dreams of making the best MMORPG in the world, okay? Of course, I have no experience in coding, no graphic design skills. In fact, I have no marketable skills whatsoever, okay? I just graduated high school. I loaded my Kickstarter campaign. Wouldn't it be cool if we had these ships in space, all this shit? I have these big ideas. They sound nice, right? But I have no game design experience or anything. And I pay my friend, let's say 100. My buddy's working with me. He's decent at bullshitting. He makes some really nice graphics for me, right? And showing like all these cool ideas. And I say I raised $200,000 for my idea, okay? And I take that $200,000, and because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, right? I squander it. It's wasted. I hire some programmer. He writes some code which I don't know what to do with. The money's wasted, okay? And I try my earnest.
Okay, we got it.
Am I an asshole?
You're incompetent and ignorant, but you're not an asshole.
I'm 100% asshole.
Dude, most people will spot these Kickstarters a mile away. Like, the only ones that actually get funded are basically proven at this point.
Have you seen Star Citizen? No.
Yeah, Star Citizen was proven like he delivers. He may deliver crap products over and over again, but he delivers.
Yeah, we got to get something. It's just not going to be what he promised.
Chicken, in my scenario, do you think I would be an asshole? If I have no experience doing this.
I'm with you on this. You're an asshole.
Okay.
I think. Okay,
Best
here's the
line
deal.
ever. I'm with you.
Okay, kids straight out of college or high school, or obviously there are going to be some of them that are going to try and take advantage of Kickstarter. But I think at some point it's on the consumer to look at this and go, okay, these people clearly don't know what they're doing just by reading it. You can tell.
Here's the problem. Like, even if you have good intentions, you are driven by Kickstarter to make it look like you have credentials. If I skim through so many Kickstarters,
Of course you are. It's money. Like,
yeah, I want to get money from people to follow a dream which I have no means of finishing. That's the problem.
Wait, hold up 1 minute. Is there a way to browse Kickstarter by video games? Because I click games, I got all this bullshit like dice.
Just search MMORPG and you'll find a bunch, or MMO, or games.
Games gives me all the stupid shit about dice and like board games.
A bunch of board games. But I
don't know
think
how
if
it
you have MMORPG, you'll find a few.
Yeah.
But right away, like, there's such an incentive for people to say they can do all this and they can't. And they have good intentions. They want the money, and they think once they get the money, they can do something with it. So my experience, like, I'm pretty decent with making websites and stuff. So if I promise somebody I can, like, if I would put something on Kickstarter and raise money for like an idea. Like we were talking previously about some kind of app or an idea to play MMO matchmaker. Okay, you find a random group of friends to play with. Okay, it gives you like a party. You have to play with them in a certain amount of time. It's almost like a social experience. If I put a Kickstarter, I raise, let's say, $5,000. I'm going to finish this app whether that money runs out or not. Like I feel an obligation. If I say I'm going to do something, I feel obligated to do it. Whether even if that money's gone, I'm going to spend time out of my own day, my own money. I'm going to make it happen. I promise.
But it's still going to take like. I think the issue's so much more complex than you're making it, and that's the problem.
Don't promise things you can't deliver. If you promise something, you can't deliver, you're an asshole.
Look at AAA
I found the best
game
Kickstarter,
development.
guys.
Look at how many games in AAA game development get canceled all the time. They have investors. They have people backing them, and they get canceled.
Investors losing money, I don't care. Investors are sophisticated individuals who knew from the get-go they're taking a risk.
But
okay?
my point is,
Consumers are not
the game
sophisticated.
development is not stable. It's not stable in any way, shape, or form. There's so many things that can go wrong at
We're
any
going in
minute.
circles. We're going in circles. You're making a distinction. You're viewing Kickstarter people as customers when they're not. They're just more. They're more akin to investors. They're even worse than investors because investors have a chance of making money, right? If you give money on Kickstarter, your chance of making money is zero. You're not buying anything, so it's just burning your money. So you should expect nothing.
Well,
Which is why Fig was created, but Fig requires a minimum buy-in of like hundreds or thousands of dollars. I can't remember what it was.
again, we'll move. I just don't think people should create campaigns that they can't deliver. I mean, simply before you start something, you should. I mean, obviously, as Matt said, there's a lot that can go wrong, obviously, but you should. If you're knowledgeable about programming, a lot of it is in your control.
You say that now, but look how many major games have bugs that still haven't been
You guys are
solved.
circle
And the
jerking too
companies
long
have
about
said,
All right, enough circle jerk.
Like-
all right, we got to move on then. But I'm very this Kickstarter thing because I see a lot of these games get canceled and nothing happens with
Who
them.
cares?
But, again, I don't
All right,
think
let's
I
go.
don't care about the people that gave money to these games. If you gave money to Greedmonger, you deserve to lose it. All right, clearly, a fool and his money are soon part. All right.
I got some good news, guys. This week, I discovered a new YouTube channel.
Oh, all right.
Let me find this. It's called Brit Bong Returns, and he trolls in Second Life. We can't show this on stream, can we?
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Okay.
We can't stream Second Life, but we can show you clips of Second Life. All right.
Homer seal of approval on this video.
All right. So this guy basically trolls in Second Life. Let's see which one's a good one here. Let's do this one. Why not? Swashbuckling pirates.
Off my ship, you guys. This is a 1750s roleplay sim. Not for a bunch of trolls like you. Get off my ship.
Let's take a look.
Leave me alone.
Wow, so I can't be a pirate because I'm disabled? Is that what you're saying, honey?
You should link in the Skype
I'm
too so you
saying
can watch
get
it
off
from
my
there.
ship and act like a nice person.
can you make,
and
like,
maybe
No,
Yeah,
I'm a
stop-
pirate.
watching.
I'm a pirate. I
And,
boarded
like,
your
put
ship.
the links in there.
I've
I
taken
don't
over
see
your
any.
ship
Well,
now, madame. Now you be my sex.
Too bad
So
they
basically,
didn't
he
have
just trolls Second
wheelchairs
Life.
like
And
that in the
the donkey video
1750s.
that we talked about
Get off
Second
my
Life. He took a
ship.
clip from this guy
You
too.
clearly don't know your history.
Because
And look,
that's a
I am
no.
role-playing. Look at my getup.
Yeah, your get up. It's a tuxedo. I don't think they had tuxedos like that.
Actually,
so
it's
get off my
steampunk.
ship.
It's not. It's not a tux. It's
This is not
steampunk.
steampunk. Get off the ship.
Well, like I said before, I'm RPing as a pirate, and I've taken over the ship.
Well, I don't
Sorry.
recognize your
Yeah,
RP, so
yeah.
get the fuck off.
No.
Why don't you use your sword and make us?
Okay, Ronnie,
Oh,
man the
boy,
cannons.
maybe.
Kill those fish. Kill him. If she tries anything, I'll gut her like a fish. Like a salmon. Give me some of your
This is
doubloons
awkward.
right now.
What, you don't like
Did I
this?
plunder
What
your
is it?
No, there's just a lot
As
of
they say in
bunch
the
of
old
laughs
pirate
coming
code,
through, and that's
say
it. We're
yo
not
ho
talking
ho and
right
shut
now.
your
This is
fucking
really
mouth.
awkward.
Okay,
No,
Ronnie,
it's because
make
we're
him
watching
walk.
the
What's the
video.
video,
too.
guys?
Yeah.
Push him. Push him off.
That doesn't make it any less awkward for the people watching.
There we go.
Hey,
now
they're trying to
you.
enjoy
They're
this.
trying to enjoy the video. If we talk, you can't hear them. You can't hear the video.
Oh, I'll tell link to this.
Oh my god! Sex pool. This is awesome.
Excuse you?
I don't want to play the whole video, but basically, this guy's got a million videos like this. They're hilarious. Check it out. He's good couple hours of content.
Yeah, you don't have to play Second Life to enjoy it. I played Second Life for all of like an hour, and these videos are hilarious. He's an A+ troll.
I enjoy the videos a lot more than I did actually playing the game.
Yo, I found a girl in Second Life Chicken. All right, I found a girl.
Oh, I know. You
That was an
go away with
experience.
words, dude.
That was an experience. I do. I find the classiest girls in Second Life. All right, I find the strippers on Second Life.
Watching all these videos and seeing all these people that threaten to ban or report these people who troll makes me wonder how active are the GMs in this game? Like, are they actually on top of this stuff and you get banned like really quickly? Because like it seems like in every one of these videos, there's at least like 6 or 7 people that are like, "You're banned. Like, I'm reporting you. You're gone.
Well,
That's against the terms of service." And
The thing
I
is,
don't
that
know.
people saying that don't know the terms of service. Because, like, for one, they can kick him and ban him from there, or to block him, right?
From that room, yeah.
Yeah. So he's not actually like trying to like steal their password or anything.
Mhm.
I think that game is kind of like Eve, like where you can in game you can do stuff like whatever you want.
You're allowed to be an asshole. Plus,
Yeah.
it's a free-to-play game. You can just make a new account if you get banned anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, I think that's what he does. But I'm just wondering if they actually do ban. Because it'd be pretty fun.
All right. Well, that's that.
In other news, there's actually a $1 million CS:GO tournament starting today, guys. We gotta make the MMOs.com CS:GO team and make that $1 million.
All
All
right, we
right.
got 4 people right here. All right, we need one more.
All right, Matt and Chicken. How's your CS:GO skills?
I don't know, you see my war mode skills.
Your war mode skills are pretty top notch, right? You and me.
Yeah.
Every time we play war mode, we're top frag. We're top frag.
It's a pro CS:GO.
You, me, and Tubby play a pretty mean war mode. All right. Get a team together, boys. We need one more person from the chat to join us.
Game ever since they released that update that ruined the game, you know? We need a transition.
They like released a second game mode and then they just fragmented the player base and it went straight down. Rest in pieces, war mode. But yeah, this is the first $1 million CS:GO tournament. So Valve is taking CS:GO pretty seriously now, and rightfully so. I mean, CS:GO has over 600,000 active concurrent players on Steam, and that's on par with Dota 2, which is one of the most
That's a
profitable
question
games.
I've had for a while. Do you guys think Counter-Strike will pass Dota on Steam charts?
Yeah.
I think so.
You say yes, Chicken?
Yeah.
Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah, because like CS:GO is just a game where you can jump in and kind of understand how to play. Like, yeah, there are finer points where like you need to know maps and spots and anything, but you can just jump in and start like clicking, and you'll have some fun.
Start clicking.
Dota, you need to invest some time and read up on some stuff before you actually start having fun.
That's true. That's
Well,
true.
Yeah.
That's why games like Call of Duty do really well. Shooting games in general, I think, appeal to
Yeah.
way more people.
Yeah.
But what's remarkable is why did it take up until now for CS:GO to be this popular? Like CS:GO has been out for years now, but it just started like in the last year and a half, making it
Esports.
top 10.
No, well, they did a lot of work on it. First, they had the ranking systems. They didn't have that before.
5 years. It's been out for 5 years, by the
No,
way.
no, ranking, like they're
Okay.
competitive. That's not that old.
Yeah, but the game's been out for 5 years itself.
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to tell you why it got so big now. The lock boxes.
People just playing to gamble with
Damn,
lockboxes.
lock bosses bring that many players?
If you had a lockbox system, you get 600,000 concurrent players. Come on.
Yeah.
No, before like 50,000 when it came out, and like it's up to 600K now. It seems like
Yeah, weapon skins equal more people.
Esports. It's.
I think it's esports.
No, it's esports. It's in people's face all the time now. So
I think watching pros play make you want to play too, for whatever reason. I think that helps Dota and League a lot more than like people realize.
then I should be playing a lot of Quake.
Do you watch Quake esports?
No, I don't watch it,
That's
but
what
that's
I'm
what keeps getting linked to me whenever people talk about esports is Quake stuff.
Quake wasn't Quake like the first PC esport, or was that Doom? I think it might have been Quake.
Doom.
I think it's Quake. Like that was the first one that everyone really realized.
Mhm. Was that the game that like what's his name? That little kid with he got headphones named after him played?
Fatality?
Oh,
Fatality.
yeah.
Yeah, that kid, I remember.
No, I think Altai had a point though with cases and stuff, because it doesn't really change the game, but it gives sort of like a progression
Yeah.
aspect. Yeah.
I feel like it attracts the girls to play the game. They won't weapons.
No.
And the girls bring the guys, right?
Chickens got it, boys. No, but
That's a winning formula right there.
you get the girls and it gets the guys and win-win. Okay, like
Hey,
for example, me when I
I
play
have a
No.
skin for you.
Just no.
No, listen.
Add me.
I have at least 40. I have at least 100 hours in CS:GO, maybe more, probably more. Right? I have 2 accounts I play on, well over 100, let's say. I don't have a single like weapon skin. You know what? I get a weapon skin. I don't give a shit. I don't equip that crap. I don't care. Right?
No, people do though. People care.
People do. But I watch you play. Right? she won't use a weapon if it doesn't have a weapon skin on it. All right, she'll buy she'll use a different gun if she got a better weapon skin on it. Alright? Obviously, not all girls, but I'm just saying.
No,
Girls like the skins more.
I've seen videos on like Twitch and YouTube where people like they open a chest and they get like a knife skin and the guys freak out. Like they stand up like
It's like a $300 knife skin. I freak out too. You win a free $300. You gamble and you win. You know.
I think that's. I don't think that's entirely true though, because I was listening to my guild of all guys go on about how cute the Tamers dresses were the other day. So.
Okay, look, it's not 100 for 100, but like even in Donkey's league video for like guide on girls, right? I think girls buy more skins than guys in League of Legends, at least.
no.
I don't think
No.
so, dude.
No?
No.
Girls get gifted skins more than
Okay,
guys.
yes, they give the skins.
It's a different story.
You don't gift your guy friends skins, all right? But if they're a girl, you might give them skins.
I think you're grossly overestimating this.
But I don't think the skins can't be the reason CS:GO exploded in popularity.
I think no competitive mode. One.
I
skins
think
two.
they might have helped though, because there are streams dedicated to opening lockboxes now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's also
I think-
websites dedicated to gambling in Counter-Strike. With
Yeah,
items.
see what is the what they call it? Prizes, whatever, jackpots, CS:GO jackpot and stuff. But for reference, guys, CS:GO did 2015 $221 million in revenue, and for reference, Dota 2 did 238 million.
Wow.
So I think 2016 CS:GO will pass Dota 2 in revenue. That's my guess, my estimate.
I don't think so, but that's just me.
I mean, both games are still number 1 and 2 on the Steam list. They're both still growing. I think Dota 2 gets over 600K peak daily now.
Dota 2
I think
is-
CS:GO is a
over that.
huge case for Valve's uncanny ability to do basically nothing and still sell everything they make.
So one of our stream viewers, Dongo, says, as someone who's been to the casinos, if you're on a hot streak, lots of people will gather around you just to watch. So that's what people, I think, if you're gambling, which is what opening lockboxes is in CS, people want to watch. People are curious, and it works on blackjack too. If you're streaming blackjack on Twitch, people want to see you lose money or win money, whatever.
Yeah, of course. I was just about to say, they want to see you lose money. They don't want to see you win.
They're cheering for you, right? But secretly, they're hoping you lose, so they can drag you down to their misery. They want to bring you down to their level.
They want you to win until you actually do win, and then they're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, right? Yeah. And like what? You pussy? Bet it all, huh, pussy? That's the only way to gamble.
All
You
right.
can't walk away a winner, okay? You got to bet it all at the end. That's how I gamble, boys.
Let's switch to another shooter, a new shooter. I think we talked about it last week. Tencent had a new shooter in development, and they finally released the name of it. It's called Rising Fire.
What the hell?
Does fire not rise?
That sounds like a fantasy game set in China.
Well, it is Chinese. It's been on Unreal 4, and it's a third-person shooter, I believe. And to me, it looks a lot like... Okay, so Borderlands Online got canceled in China.
Mm-hmm.
That was a game that was being developed for the Chinese market. It got canceled. And I
That was the
think...
first-person game.
Yes, but I think they... Do you think they reused any assets for this?
No,
No? All right.
don't even slightly think so.
Because this game's got 9,000 guns or something. You can loot.
What? 9,000?
I made that number up. It's high. It's a really high
Okay,
number.
but when a game says they have 9,000 guns, that sounds like combat arms pulling their bullshit out of their ass, right? Oh, it's a completely
was
different gun.
literally what I was
When you
thinking.
add one new muzzle to it, or if you add one new
Yeah,
stuff-
yeah,
That
come
is what
on.
they mean.
That
That
is-
is what they mean,
Okay, that
Homer,
is
because it's like Borderlands has over 1 million guns, but it's really just a bunch of different modifications.
Yep. So how does this game look to you guys? I'm playing it on stream and I linked it for you guys.
It's third
I,
person, which is nice because you don't see that a lot. And this looks more like an MMORPG, because you're doing some PvE or something.
This reminds me of Destiny meets PlanetSide 2 meets maybe a little bit of Firefall, so I'm all for it.
You for it?
Yeah,
All
I was
right.
literally just about to say it's Destiny. This is just an Asian Destiny.
It's a
for-
free-to-play piece of shit Destiny.
Yeah, exactly.
How can you say it's a piece of shit? Graphically, it looks pretty nice.
It is Unreal
Okay.
4, so...
Around 57 seconds, yeah, there's that auto-lock arm cannon with the rockets that shoot. That looks really cool. And then the multi-target freezing darts or whatever they are. That's cool. I like this.
This game is going closed beta in China next month, I believe, in April, late April. So by the time it even comes playable in America, it could be another year. Okay, at least when a Korean game comes
No,
out,
it's never coming to America. Basically, no Tencent games that are made by Tencent ever come to
did Tencent
America.
actually develop this, or are they publishing it?
They developed it, I'm pretty sure.
I think they owned the studio that developed it, I think.
Well, Matt,
Like,
Tencent owns League of Legends, and League of Legends is in America.
No, but they bought that.
It
I know.
started there.
I know.
But anyways,
Ying
like,
Pei Games.
Like it might be a licensing issue for a lot of them, but like the Monster Hunter Online game never came out. The Monster Hunter browser game hasn't come here. The Naruto browser game hasn't come here. So like, I'm just convinced nothing Tencent.
There really isn't a path for many Chinese games to come to America. I mean, the only Chinese developer which kind of took a shot at the American market was Perfect World. I mean, they released all their games in America and Europe. They opened offices here, right? In fact, Perfect World brags like, we're the only Chinese developer which exports games because they get 30% of their revenue from America or something.
That's not really true anymore.
Oh, not anymore. The games have done pretty poorly here, but for some reason, Chinese developers don't push their games overseas. It's just I don't think it's licensing. It's just that they don't want to risk it. They're familiar with their home market. That's where they're focused on.
Somebody compared this game to Crossfire. I don't think that's fair. This game looks way different.
Crossfire,
Not even close.
yeah, Crossfire is just a standard like Counter-Strike style game. This is like Destiny. You're fighting monsters and stuff.
This has raid bosses and stuff. If you looked at the one thing that was shooting beams at people, I mean, it's got a lot to it. I don't know how interesting the boss patterns look, but it has bosses.
What's weird is
So-
how is it a game like Firefall and like this like Firefall comes to mind. Why didn't Firefall succeed? Because like it combines like you have the FPS elements, but it's even more casual than a traditional shooter like Call of Duty.
Put simply, I've heard it's a clusterfuck like of game design, and they screwed up a lot of the stuff that people liked.
But you would think a game like this would have broader appeal because you're mixing like fun FPS shooting elements, which everybody likes, with RPG elements. Like it sounds great on paper.
I think people don't really like the RPG elements, the people that play strict shooters, and like it's not like an RPG like Bethesda games, so it's a little different.
I don't know. If you look at Destiny, Destiny is doing really good.
Yeah, Destiny's still rocking.
Yeah, and that's I wouldn't even call that like a
Is
shooter.
Destiny like everybody
that's like
on PC?
that's an RPG.
No, Destiny is more of a shooter. It's less of an RPG. Having played it, it's like the RPG elements are really light.
I have a question. Now your chicken's on here. How's Division? I know you've been playing it for a while.
I don't know. It kind of got really, really repetitive, and there's like a huge gear grind for it. And then once you actually get the gear, it's just like you don't do anything.
You get you're eager to get the gear, then nothing happens.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah, like it's basically Destiny. Like I was trying to explain this to my friends, and I was like, it's a better Destiny. And then I started playing it, and I was like, okay, it's got the same aspects. You're grinding for gear, having fun with friends, and then there's like a PvP kind of arena thing. But the PvP arena like really punishes you for actually trying to PvP. Like you lose like PvP ranks and PvP credits like super fast when you actually PvP. So the PvP zone is basically turned into just another gear grind, which is like super boring. I don't know. The end game doesn't seem like there's.
Wait,
there's
the
really
PvP? The PvP is a gear grind? Because I heard from a friend of mine that basically the Darkstone is crap and there's not enough PvE content and like progression once you hit a certain point.
Yeah. That's what it is. But you can also grind it for like high end gear. But I don't know. It just seems really.
Ubisoft made a killing off it though. I mean, they said that's the game that they sold more copies day one on the Division than any other game they've had in history. So it was a commercial success.
None of my friends are playing anymore. I think I had like 7 or 8 friends like buy it on release date, and we were grinding a lot. We played it for like 2 weeks and got like max gear, and then there's just nothing else to do.
You tried roping me into it. I'm glad. I'm glad I was not.
Yeah.
I'm glad I was not roped in.
I honestly had a lot of fun.
All right.
See, the thing that people seem to forget, though, about games like Destiny and The Division and The Crew, it's not... They're not meant for longevity in the same way that other games are. You're meant to buy it, you're meant to play it like a normal game, and then you're meant to come back when the expansions come out. It's not an MMO in the sense that you're meant to keep playing over and over and over and over as long as it goes. It's built to be a singular experience that expands with expansions.
Yeah, I understand that, but in all those games, there's always usually like a PvP arena that you can go around killing people and kind of progress through like a PvP system, but there's just no system in place for PvP and system or PvP in the division right now. Like there's no progression. You kill people and then they kill you and you just lose everything. So I don't know. I think they really need to work on their PvP system.
Is it open world or is it like you queue?
No, it's instance.
Okay.
So I think there are 7 or 8 different zones in the dark zone, and in each zone I think it's a max of 24 players can be in the zone.
So I'm looking at the game. It is about 47,000 concurrent players still, which is still really impressive. But
Is that just on Steam or?
that's just. Can you play outside Steam?
Oh, it's a console
Yeah.
game.
It has to
Yeah,
be-
yeah, that's true.
it has to be
Yeah, it's always on Uplay. Every one of their games is on Uplay.
Well, not just that. I was saying, I bet you most players that play in Division are playing on consoles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah. So I think they were smart to really, unlike Destiny, which is console only. I think Ubisoft was smart to make it on both, just get those extra sales.
So I mean, Dota 2 is still by far number one on here with 843,000. I think it had 600,000 last time, so it's a bit of a correction. It peaks at daily at 923,000 players, an all-time peak of 1.3 million. I would say in the last year, Dota's player base is like close to not double, but increased like 50%. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's still growing.
You guys actually just
A lot
look
of
at
money
this.
being pumped.
Take a look at this Steam chart for Dota 2. Like if you put the chart on all, you can see how quickly it's grown. Like it's something else. The game is blowing up.
That's weird. You know what's funny? Like when you stop playing a game, you kind of think it's dead, right?
Yeah, everybody feels that way. Like, cause I still play League, but I don't play as much as I used to, so I feel like it's slowing down. But it's probably not. I bet it's still growing. But
Yeah.
it applies for everything, though. You kind of feel like if I stop playing, everybody stops playing. But that's not how it works. And also vaguely shooter related, though not entirely. There are guns in the game. A game called Atlas Reactor, which I shooted a video for, and I played a decent amount of, and I actually got Tubby and a few other people to play with us. I don't think Aaron played it though.
I have not.
Matt played, I think, a couple of rounds with us. Yeah, they're doing one final round of alpha testing before closed beta begins, which it seems kind of stupid to
Wait,
say.
so they're alpha now?
Yeah, they were alpha before, and the alpha only lasted, I think, a couple days. Like it wasn't very long, like a week or so. I played a decent amount with Shu, and I played some solo games too. It's a lot of fun. But they're doing one more round of alpha before closed beta, which it sounds kind of stupid because usually you want to say one more round of alpha or closed before open. But saying one more round of alpha before closed is kind of retarded because closed is also pretty restricted.
I feel
Well,
like if the
the
public
open
is
alpha-
playing it, it's not an alpha.
Well, that's what? Anyways, open alpha is supposed to be like one last stress test and some like beginning testing of the closed beta features. That's what they said.
All right. I mean, it's open alpha too, so anyone should be able to play on March 31st.
But the thing that I'm worried about is that right after the alpha's done, I'm worried they're going to go straight into founders packs. They haven't said anything about it yet, but
Matt, definitely. They're definitely going to go straight to the founders pack. That's where the money is.
well, the reason that I don't think the reason I'm questioning whether they're going to, not that I don't think, I still think they might, but the reason I'm questioning if they're going to or not is because Trove, Arcage, Javilion, they all had paid founders packs in alpha. The moment that you could play it, you could buy your way in. But that's not the case with Atlas Reactor, so I'm still kind of like, are they going to do it? Aren't they? You know?
The game's a lot of fun, though. If you guys ever played, I think I tried to get chicken. I tried deroping chicken to Alpha Reactor, but I don't think you ever played with us.
Reactor.
It's pretty fun. It's a bit like a tile-based version of, never mind, nobody knows that, Frozen Synapse, but...
Yeah,
I
no,
know Frozen Synapse.
Oh, I played some Frozen Synapse.
Okay, see, you got 2 out of 3.
I wanted to play Frozen Synapse with somebody, but nobody wanted to play.
Okay, so Chicken, imagine you're only controlling one hero, and it's on a grid, and that's about it.
Are there like 4 other players on my
Yeah,
team, and I have to wait for like each turn?
It goes pretty quick.
No,
It goes pretty quick.
you wait for everyone to submit their turns, like Frozen Synapse or like simultaneous mode in Civ, and then it all goes at once.
Okay, that actually sounds really fun. Actually,
Like when I first heard of the game, I didn't think much of it, but when I played it, I actually liked it a lot. It's one of the few games that, like, from the get-go, you like. Because honestly, games like Dota and League, and like pretty much any game, like I feel like the early experience is never fun. Like
No,
you always
never.
told like it's fun later, right? You have to get to that fun later. Like
yeah,
it's
I
a weird
100%
concept.
agree.
Like so often you told, oh, just stick with it. You'll grow to like it eventually. Well, you'll grow to hate it less eventually, right?
Well,
First, you'll be able to
Reactor-
bear it. You'll be able to bear the playing, and then maybe you have a little fun, and then you'll start having the
Yeah.
fun after like a couple of months.
Alpha Reactor
so-
and a few other games managed to be fun pretty early on for me.
Atlas Reactor, though, the thing about it is turn-based. It's got like a grid and everything, but it's still got such a high skill cap. It's not even funny. Like they're
If you, I felt like I was getting pretty good towards the end of the last open alpha or whatever you want
we
to.
were still losing.
No, I played a lot more though afterwards. I think I streamed a whole bunch with Shu as well, and I've gotten a lot better. I mean, I was only playing one hero, so I was kind of focusing on getting good with my one guy.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, which is good, but it's not like it's not like Dota or League skill cap.
No, but it has a really high skill cap
Yeah.
for what it is.
Yeah, but it's not an intimidating skill cap like some games. Some games like like holy shit, like this game's skill cap is through the roof. You have to commit your life to being like that good. I don't think it's one of those. The skill cap is high though, but it's manageable.
Cool. Well, another piece of news someone in chat said. Another game came out today. Orcs Must Die Unchained. It's basically, I think it's a free-to-play
Oh, wait, it's
MMOE
out?
version of Orcs Must Die.
Didn't I game ago?
What?
No,
No.
no,
No, what are you talking about?
it's self-published.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I thought it was on game ago. Are you
No,
sure?
It's Orcs Must Die. We played it together, Omar.
I know, but like the.
Oh wait, it is out. What? When did this happen?
It came out today, I think.
Why didn't I get an email? I've been signed up for closed beta for God knows how long, and they're like, God, oh, there it is. It literally just got it 5 minutes ago.
Yo,
5 minutes ago.
I actually
the
loved the
second
first two,
is-
Orcs Must Die. If this game is like multiplayer, they can support all of us, we should play on Sunday.
Yeah, Orcs Must Die, the first one, is so goofy.
I like
It's
it.
so
though.
goofy. It's so. I mean, it feels like really different than like Dungeon Defenders and stuff. There's something about it, like the way that everything's placed. You have all these like floor and wall traps and everything. It's so nice, and it's really fast paced.
I feel like the tower defense genre, like itself, is pretty, just a solid foundation for a game, right? What was the first tower defense? Was StarCraft like the one that really invented tower defense, or no? I feel like for me that
No,
was my first tower defense.
I'm pretty sure it was Warcraft 3.
No,
No,
StarCraft is older.
100% StarCraft.
Yeah, StarCraft. Yeah, it was Sunken Defense.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers.
Yeah, Sunken D.
Turret defense, sunken
Bunker
defense.
D.
But like, I mean, I think it wasn't till Warcraft 3 that it really became like a big thing because
Yeah.
I saw
No,
a lot of them.
they
in
were
that.
huge in StarCraft. If you go to custom maps, you couldn't not find.
You found Golden Menace in there too. It was Golden Menace and the tower defenses. Those two like dominated the custom game scene. But I can't imagine those were the first ones. If I search Tower D, I'm gonna find a Wikipedia article for it. That's gonna be like
That's a good long form piece for the history of tower defense genre. You know.
I mean, there's a lot of Flash games as well. But according to this, let's see, 1978. No way, Space Invaders was not tower defense. All right. Just technically,
The tower was moving and shooting.
Okay, no, Missile Command was a tower defense.
No, we can't.
Missile
Forget.
Command.
Okay, 1990, a tower game called the Rampart was established as the prototypical tower defense. But then by the early 2000s, maps of StarCraft, Age of Empires 2, and Warcraft 3 were following Rampart's footsteps. So Rampart is a game where apparently was the foundation. It was an Atari game. But I can't imagine it was fun.
I'm giving it to StarCraft.
I don't think any Atari game was actually fun, let's be real. Like you had to really flex your imagination to pretend like you're having fun in an Atari game. Video games
Dude,
are not fun
hating
until-
on the classics.
No, until Super Nintendo comes out, okay, you weren't having fun. I'm sorry.
No, NES. NES was.
NES, fine, NES. I feel like Atari just.
What? No. Come on. No, arcade games from before that were so much fun.
Okay, arcade games, but I'm talking Atari. I feel like I don't know. I've only played a handful of Atari games and seen a handful of Atari games, but they leave a lot to be desired.
I think calling them games is a stretch.
All right, we're gonna piss off a lot of people by saying that, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of people grew up with it. They enjoyed it. I mean, it was revolutionary for the time and stuff, but I don't know. But in my mind,
Wow.
StarCraft was my first tower defense.
Omer hates the foundation of video games.
Well,
Duly noted.
yo, Pong was a good game though. I'll give it to them. Pong was solid. All right. If they kept the basics,
Pong was
Atari-
older than Atari.
I know, but I feel like Atari games like kept trying to do like more imaginary things, like more sophisticated things, and sophisticated didn't work. the simple things on Atari would work, or any simple game. Anything complicated was a no-go.
Riveting.
Riveting indeed. But I'm looking
There
forward
was a
to
guy that was making a full-on RPG based on Homestar Runner for Atari 2600.
Homestar Runner? Oh, no, I was about to say, Homestar Runner was not around back then, but he's doing it.
No, I mean recently.
Yeah.
It ended up getting canceled because it took way too much time.
I used to love Homestar Runner. Strong bad emails for the win. There's one other game that came out this week, actually, which I've been playing a decent amount of. I don't know, she hasn't played it. I think I'm the only one that played it out of us. But Chronicle, RuneScape Legends?
Oh, that's a fun game. Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah.
I haven't played it since closed beta.
I've been playing it pretty decently, and I made a first look video for it already. But besides the first look video, I've been playing it like outside of that as well, because it's a lot of fun. So even after I finished recording that video and uploaded it, I was playing for like hours afterwards. And then we did a 9 hour. I was on stream for 9 hours, and the first 2 hours I was playing Chronicle.
My only problem with this game, my only problem, is that I wish the board meant anything
It
to
doesn't
gameplay
anything,
at
yeah.
all.
Doesn't mean
It's just visual.
Anything. Like, you could literally just lay down, like, how many is it? Like 20 cards on a table, put a divider in between each 5, and just say that that's the board, and it would work. I mean, like...
But the board in Hearthstone doesn't do anything either. It just looks like there's a few different boards that look slightly different. There's a few different like stages.
Well, Hearthstone, it's not really a board, it's more of a table.
Yeah, the table's a little different. So that's the board in Chronicle is just like a table in Hearthstone. It
But
doesn't
this
do
game
it.
kind of like lets you know that like it's a desert, it's the thunder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Hearthstone
know.
doesn't like pretend to like.
But they don't do anything.
Exactly,
The desert,
exactly,
the
yeah.
tundra, they don't actually affect gameplay. It's
It
not
looks
like...
pretty, that's it. I know. Yeah.
And that's my only complaint, though. I mean, other than that, it's really creative. I hate that the board does nothing.
But it's also one of those games where it's fun right away. But I feel like card games are a little bit easier way of doing that. But I thought this was fun right away. And my only complaint with Chronicle is getting cards is not easy. A single pack of cards costs 1,000 copper coins, and you get like 200, 300 per quest you do. So you have to complete like minimum of 4 quests to get 1 pack of cards. You want to play an arena run? They're called dungeon runs in the game. You need 1,500. You do 6 quests to get arena. Like, it takes forever to get cards without playing. And that's completely people have with Hearthstone as well. But I played Hearthstone without spending any money, right? And I have almost all the cards I possibly need. But I feel like it's taking me a long time to grind what I need in Chronicle.
Yeah, but it is really easy to pick up, too. Like, you can just sit there, you can place cards on the board, and you'll immediately know what everything does. It's like... It takes a minute to like let it sink in that like this is how it plays, but other than that, you immediately know what the effects on your character are and what you need to be doing. It's really easy to pick up.
It's a fun game. Have you guys? Everybody here played Hearthstone, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Chicken, if you liked Hearthstone even remotely, I feel like it's worth checking out. Chronicle.
Yeah, I'm watching the video. Looks pretty decent.
I mean, it's kind of weird until you play it yourself, but like it's not
about
it's
that
not even
for me.
complicated, but it's pretty fun.
It's just it takes a different stance where it's like it's all about building up your character for like one final fight rather than you're building up an army of cards that are on your table. It's so different.
Plus, you can build decks to fuck with his side. Like your deck, like right away, you can spend your cards instead of buffing yourself. You boost the enemies on the enemy side, and his best laid plans of like one-shotting this tough monster at the end because of all these buffs, it will backfire because you can buff that monster to have more HP, and it fucks him up a lot. So you can have really scummy decks where you don't buff, you don't make yourself stronger. You just screw up the other guy's plans, and you can win before you even get to the end. And some decks do it really well.
How many times have you made it to the final battle? Because like every one of the games that I played, and I think I made it to the final battle once in the entire time that I played.
I get there like 90% of the time.
I didn't make it to the final battle. I killed myself to a dragon I summoned.
Yeah, because you're retarded.
No, I either killed them or they killed me, like direct attacks on the way.
But the guy I play, what's his name, the armor guy, because I always have like 30 armor, so it's almost impossible to. The character I play almost always gets to the end. That's just the way he is.
Do you know if this game is going to come out for mobile? Some people are asking. That's a good question.
It has to.
No idea.
It has to. That from the
I think they.
Yeah.
Wait.
It has to come out for
I can
mobile.
look it up.
Games like this like thrive on mobile. Like Hearthstone makes more money on mobile now than it does on PC. It started PC only, but for the back of their mind, they knew they were going mobile. Just like this game, there's no reason they couldn't do this mobile, and mobile's such a big deal now that it'd be
you know what's
crazy.
crazy? Their first game, and then obviously the biggest game, RuneScape, right? was browser. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised this isn't at least browser and client and mobile.
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of interesting if they did that.
Actually,
Apparently, there are plans to release Android and iOS versions later this year. That's what it says.
Later
There you
this
go.
year.
When I
So that's pretty
googled.
good. Yeah, yeah.
So, fun fact here, RuneScape, despite being like over 15 years old now, it makes about $6.2 million a month. Not a bad chunk of change, right? But you know what's even crazier? A game like Clash of Clans makes like $4 million a day. Poor RuneScape only makes
Chicken pays for that game.
Chicken, have you spent money in Clash of Clans?
I have not.
If you play Clash of Clans, there's a good chance you spend money. They're gonna rope you in.
I have-
They're gonna rope you
Those
in.
games that I pick up for like a month at a time.
Chicken, are you ashamed to admit that you spent money? It's okay. You can come clean here. This
No, dude, I would.
this is
I would
a safe
never
space.
spend
This
money
is a
on
safe
mobile
space. All
game.
right, we won't judge you.
Oh,
I would never.
so interesting fact, since you guys were talking about RuneScape and browser, the official client doesn't support mobile, but there's a private server that released an Android version of old school RuneScape.
Oh, that's pretty
Ooh.
cool.
Yeah,
How do you play? It seems like it'd be hard to play.
I don't know. I can go look up the video.
No,
Hold
it
on.
doesn't matter. I don't really care that much.
All right. In other news, I think we have Oculus isn't out yet. Sean's gonna get his next month. The early orders came in already for people that ordered it for April delivery or end of March delivery. We have the Samsung Gear. Erhan, I know you've probably been using it without me. Have you tried any VR porn yet?
I have actually.
Really?
Yes. I had.
I didn't know you did. I was just curious if you did. I'm glad you experimented.
It's not. It wasn't a good experience. Let me explain it. So
Yeah, it wasn't a good
Turkey bans porn sites, right?
Yeah.
And on my computer, I have a proxy, easy, you know. But my phone, I didn't have a proxy, so I tried going to, one
Tunnel
of those.
Bear. Just use Tunnel Bear.
Well, eventually, I downloaded a proxy, so that was working, right? But
You got-
it's like 240p, like so, like my whole visual is like this is like 4 pixelated pixels of a girl.
But your hands never like this though.
All I saw was 2 squares for their breast. It was so pixelated. I was like, fuck this.
But wait, do you see the potential though?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I see the potential.
Potential for pixelated hentai. Is there any VR hentai?
I didn't look. I don't think I will.
All right, he didn't look. He didn't
If we
look.
don't
guys. He didn't look.
Oh my
He
god.
looked. He fucking looked.
But
Oh
yeah,
my
Oculus. We have a pre-order coming for Oculus, and we have a pre-order for the Vive. So hopefully we get those in a few months.
Ours is coming in May, so I'm definitely curious to try it, and it'll be easier because it'll be wired to your computer, so there'll be no like lag the way you have streaming issues with the Gear because it's using Wi-Fi. But the potential is there, boys. The potential is there. Also, another interesting thing in this Super Data report, they say, we talked about I think last week or the week before that Jagex got bought by a Chinese iron ore mining company, which is random in and of itself. But they predicted that more and more Chinese studios will be picking up Western companies. They predicted 1 to 2 Western publishers a month are going to be bought by Chinese companies. It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. Not really. The Chinese have all the money, so they're gonna buy some games. Now here, I have a more interesting story. We can make this the weekly what's it called? Controversy. Okay, controversy of the week.
Like controversies.
So Overwatch, Blizzard is removing a sexy pose for their Tracer character.
What?
They said it was too sexy or something.
No, what the fuck? Link me. I want to see if it's too
I'm
sexy.
playing it on stream. I'll link it
Okay,
too.
if I don't get a boner, it's not too sexy. That's our benchmark, boys. I'll let you know.
Here we
Too
go.
sexy. Come on.
Forums. Jumping straight in, this long-winded wall of text can basically be summed up as somebody who feels that the character is being reduced.
Somebody invite Shrelia already.
I'm not the host.
I'll add her, but alright.
Tracer has many different animations, but the one that causes players
I'm looking at the.
Well, we need a girl's opinion on this anyway, on whether this is going overboard or whatever.
According to the poster, this is sexually
Oh, holy shit, guys, dude. I'm so mad at this controversy. I'm so mad.
Wait, was it the beginning? Like what we saw at the beginning? Was that supposed to be too sexy?
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Winston
butt
video?
hole's right here.
If someone give me a good video of this.
I mean, if anything, her booty's a little bit too sexy. It's like so polished and wonderful, Maybe.
Yeah, but like, who cares, dude? Like, it's just one pose, and it's like really like one person's gonna cry about it, and you'll be like, oh, like we don't want to piss off the internet feminists. Let's turn it off. It's so retarded.
I think the complaint was was like if your screen is at a certain angle, like the butt is literally just like right in your face on the screen, or is like the majority of your screen is the butt.
So what
like
you're
a
saying,
picture.
Chicken, is that you need to rotate it to a specific angle for that to even happen.
Yeah, they're like the chance at like having the butt cover half of my screen when my kids are playing is too great, or something like that. I think that was the argument.
Oh my god! But shooting each
The
other is
Blizzard
okay.
and Play was like, oh, like we need to make this like family appropriate for everyone. Like I don't know.
That's so
There's something
stupid.
super stupid.
So what I heard about the controversy is that somebody posted a long post on the forum, and then because of that post, Blizzard changed it. So it's like just because one person it's like, are we like at that point now where it's like, this is like South Park, it's like we offending some like internet like crybaby people, and like now we're changing the game over it. Like, what the hell is that?
It seems really stupid, and it's not even like a big deal. Like, especially in a game that you're shooting people, like there's already some built-in violence. There's you have a gun, you're fragging people.
Violence is different than sex.
But like, it's not. You don't even see any like actual boob. Like, you don't see any side boobs, no over boobs, no under boobs. There's no skin showing. It's like it's skin tight clothing. That's the issue?
Here, guys. Look.
I feel like they're doing this just to draw attention to the game before release.
Ooh, this inner conspiracy theory with Chicken.
Yeah, like honestly,
I believe that this video is a reading of the original forum post, but it replaces everything with Winston.
What?
Yeah, it's like pretty much like the forum post that got them to change it, but then they replaced it with like Winston and animals instead of women.
But I want to see the actual like scene that like makes them not like it.
The pose, I had it somewhere.
I'm searching right now.
I probably downloaded it on Reddit.
Oh, yeah,
have you tried fapping to it?
I had it. I just where did I put that?
Was it somebody? Was it this?
Here, I found it. It's this one. Copy. Sorry, I only have one hand right now. It's this one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one you just.
I linked that on Skype, guys. Take a look.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So this is what got him in trouble.
I cannot believe that this was the cutoff. Unbelievable.
Right?
There's nothing here.
You know what this reminds me of?
That's what I'm saying.
This reminds me of Riku's outfit in FF10 when you first meet her.
She was way more like sexy than this. Come on.
It was kind of like a skin-colored pants she was wearing. So I think that's where the trouble comes in.
This is terrible. Like so many other games that were rated like E or like teen have way more skin and way more sexiness showing than this. This is nothing.
I think there's look. I think
I'm with Chicken. They did this to get attention. There's no other reason.
What if they made the color? What if they made the pant color like green or blue or something? I think the issue is with the color. To be honest,
there's no issue. If you think there's an issue, you're retarded.
There's no issue at all.
No, there's no issue. You're just retarded if you think it's a real issue.
It's like that's like.
Look, but they chose this color, okay? And so they could have chose a different color.
Pants, like.
No, the tight pants.
People wear tight pants. People wear tight pants all the time in real life.
Yeah.
Even worse than that, and like.
No.
We're getting all upset about it in a video game. Like, really, like.
Does she look kind of naked right now? Like, if you can't see I can't zoom it anymore because I'm retarded. But
okay, like here's my cutoff for being like too sexy. Like, if I'd ever want to fap to, like, I would never fap to this. Never. Like,
listen, the butt crack is not the issue, guys. I think it's the color.
No, but they said it was too sexy.
What are you talking about? The color?
It looks like skin. If you're retarded and zoom in too much.
Okay. Listen. I feel like my benchmark is good. Listen.
If you're a banana.
My benchmark. I could fap, and I probably have fapped to Riku from Final Fantasy X. Okay, it's happened. All right, but like I would never do it to this. There's no reason to. There's nothing. There's no content. There's no material.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
I'm with Chicken. They're just trying to draw attention to the game, and this is a shameful way to do it. But
it could be something like that. Like they're just trying to be like, look, guys, we're still progressive, you know.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying. We don't want to we're so progressive. We don't want to trigger anyone.
Well,
in our
the thing
game,
is, they don't want a shit show. They don't want a shit show because if the feminists decide to take this on and make it a shit show,
but there's nothing.
No, but it's already a shit show.
On.
It's a shit show now. It's a shit show
no
now
one cares.
because now that they did this, everyone's like, "What the fuck? Like, really? Like, you're changing it over like one person crying about it? Like,
And
there's a lot of people that are pissed off about it.
I can't emphasize that enough. There's nothing here.
Okay, listen, you guys aren't thinking. If this makes it to the news or whatever, right? I was like Blizzard being sexist. It doesn't matter. The truth doesn't matter. Okay, it's gonna hurt them.
There is nobody can think this is a big deal.
I told you the truth doesn't matter. It's clear if they just
Put it this way. Put it this way though. The people that it matters to, like the people that are gonna buy or willing to buy Overwatch, don't care about that.
Exactly.
It's only people who aren't just people that are crying anyway.
Exactly. So it's bad press. Imagine they made this character a male instead, right? Nobody who would have bought Overwatch would not buy it because of that, right? But if they keep this and like it goes on like the main news, like whoever old people who watch the news, it'll just be a shit show. So I understand their point of view for changing it.
Listen. This is sexier than that crap, okay? And this is from HOTS, and it's not like that sexy either. I just searched Nova HOTS, all right?
Is this real? Like, is this an actual skin?
Well, I don't think that's her actual outfit.
No, I think someone just did this somewhere.
I just searched
I don't think they would do this.
No, Omar had this loaded up.
Okay, fine. Let me find one of her butt, alright?
Did you find, was that bookmarked or something?
It just came
This
up.
would not be. I don't think this would be in.
Let me find a skin for it, alright?
I mean, what kind of armor is this? It literally just ends halfway down the breast. Like they had to have designed.
Yo, we got some meows on your end there.
Oh, yeah, she's.
I was wondering what that was.
She is like all over my keyboard right now. You gonna jump on my boobs? Come on.
Whoa, censored.
That's her favorite place to sleep. She sleeps on my boobs.
Alright.
All right, well, we can keep talking about this in overtime. We're running towards our time limit here, boys.
I'm down for some overtime.
All right, well, yeah.
All right.
Shoot jumped in at
Damn,
the
you're
end
ending
here.
it
So
right
that's
as
good.
I'm jumping
Sorry,
back.
guys. It's Truth Savior.
Oh, you can give us the rundown on that in overtime. I actually bought the Founders Pack too. I'm gonna play it right now in overtime, actually.
Sure.
All right, so guys,
No.
that's it for now. Say your farewells.
Later, guys.
See you.
That controversy is bullshit.
Hello and goodbye.
All right, we're done. Stop recording.